Hi, this is Satya Garameda, and let us discuss today the three most important rules for successful trades. Three most important rules for successful trades. The three things to look for before taking a trade are the right context, right location, and right setup. Again, right context, right location, right setup. If these three things are not in place, are not aligned, do not take any trade. Several times we observe that because there is a hammer or there is a doji, we start taking a trade. There we are not looking for the right context or right location. We are only looking for a setup. Mere candlestick will not tell you whether it is the right time to take the trade because you should look for a right context, right location, and then the right setup. So now let us see what is the right context, what is the right location, and right setup. Context. Normally, we have five different contexts in a chart. One is a hard bull trend, the second one is soft bull trend, third one is hard bear trend, fourth is soft bear trend, then a trading range. These are the five possibilities that you see on a chart. Now, this is an example of a hard bull trend. A true hard bull trend starts at the left bottom corner of the chart and closes at the top right corner of the chart. This is an example of a hard bull trend. Along the trend, in between, you'll see several bear bars. You'll see bear moves also. You'll see moves towards EMA. You see moves going below the EMA. This is a 20 line EMA, 20 bar EMA that I'm using. You may say all of this, but the final result is this: it started at this corner and ended at this top corner. So it is a hard bull trend. And it is very clear that it's a bull trend. At any point of time, you could tell that this is a bull trend. There is no confusion. Of course, this is pullback is there. This is just a pullback, and it's only a sideways pullback. You see, from here to here, it's only a sideways pullback. Except for this pullback, everything was a bullish move. Okay, and there was a small pullback here. Pullbacks are relatively smaller, but the bullish moves are much bigger. So this is a very clear example of a hard bull trend. This is how a hard bull trend looks like. It does have pullbacks in between. It does have bear moves in between. But we know the power and strength of bulls is higher in a hard bull trend. Next, let us see what is a soft bull trend. In a soft bull trend, the EMA is moving up. The moving average is slightly up because it's a bull trend still. But then this soft bull trend has several problems. Several bars are overlapping or side. They look like sideways. They look like trading range. Okay. Then most of these bars have tails, either at the top or bottom or both sides. See, look at this. There is a tail. There is a tail. Big tail here. Here, tail at the top. Tail. So when you have bars that have big tails and then they are overlapping with the bars on the sides on the side, then that is an example of a soft trend. In this case, this is a soft bull trend. It is very difficult to trade this trend because even if you are a trend trader, if you had taken a bull position here thinking that this is a good bull close, if you had taken, then your stop loss would have hit somewhere here. If you had taken a good bull position here because you are getting a good signal, then your stop loss would have surely been hit somewhere here. Then if you had taken a bull position here, then your stop loss could have been hit here somewhere. So even for a bull trader in this trend, there is a risk of stop loss getting hit and being thrown out of trade and unable to trade the trend. If you are a counter trend trader, then also there is a problem because eventually you will also get out of the trade because of stop losses. For a counter trend trader, for example, if you are taking a counter trend trade here, then it does move but not very impressive. Quickly it reverses back up here and hit the stop loss. Not only that, it because it's a counter trend, it is continuously moving up, it will never give you an opportunity for exit properly. So a soft trend is a very bad place bad context to trade. Now let's look at an example of a hard bear trend. This is a very good example of a hard bear trend. In a hard bear trend, it starts at the top left corner of the chart, and then it moves gradually to the bottom right corner. This is an example of a hard bear trend. Here also there are pullbacks, for example, here. And this pullback went beyond EMA. Here the pullback touched the EMA. This is a 20 bar EMA. And then here it did not even touch the EMA, but it went near to EMA. So, but still, despite all these moves, it is very clear. Since the beginning, it is very clear it is a bear trend. There is no confusion about it. With absolute clarity, bears have dominated this chart. And so this is an example of a hard bear trend. And the pullbacks have been very small. And there are not many parallel bars. And there are more bear bars than bull bars. So it's a very good sign. This is an example of a hard bear trend. And this is an example of a software trend. We know through EMA that EMA is looking slightly down, but actually this is not very tradable for bears. It's not tradable for bulls also. So here you see there are big tails on both sides, big tails, and all of them are almost parallel. It looks like a trading range. If you see this part, it is almost like a trading range. So it is very difficult. If you take a bear position somewhere here, you may get thrown out. For example, looking at this, you may take a bear position here. Then you may hit a stop loss here. You may take another bear position here because we are in a bear trend. But then your stop loss is surely hit in the next 3 bars. Even if you are a bull here, even a counter trend trader can lose money because the bull moves comes in between, and but the continuation is always with the bear because it's a soft bear trend. So in such a soft bear trend, with the trend entries get thrown out because of stop losses, and counter trend entries are thrown out because of losses. So it is very difficult to trade this software trend. This is not a good context. Let's look at the other one. Now it is a trading range. The fifth item on the context is trading range. In the trading range, you look at it, it moves from the top. You can identify a top line and a bottom line for the trading range easily. Okay, it moves from the top to bottom, bottom to top, again top to bottom, bottom to top. So that is how it keeps moving. In this example of a trading range, most bars are touching the EMA. This is 20 bar EMA. Most bars are touching EMA. You can have another type of trading range. Here most bars are not touching EMA, and they are not parallel to one another also. In the previous example, in this trading range, the bars are parallel to one another. They are touching EMA, okay, and they have tails similar to soft trend. Okay, here you may not have tails. You may not you may not have all the bars or most bars touching EMA, but still this is a trading range because it did not start at the one corner of the chart and end in the diagonally opposite corner. It did not have that kind of movement. It moved up and down. So if it has moved up, down, or it moved sideways, 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 then this is a trading range. Okay, in both cases, both contexts are very similar. There's not much of a difference for traders. Now, location. We had just discussed what is a context, and we found out that soft trends are difficult to trade, so they are not the right context. So we will see now the next item, location. But location should be seen with respect to the context. So let us look at location in the case of a hard bull trend. In a hard trend, we have to see how far it is from EMA and trend line. Means you should draw trend lines. These are the trend lines I drew. This is one trend line in white. Here another trend line I drew in green. Okay. If it is near to EMA and at the trend line, then take a with the trend entry. If it is near to EMA and at the trend line, take a with the trend entry. Look at this example. Here you are getting trades near to EMA, and at the trend line. Okay. If it is far from EMA, wait for a pullback. Why I am telling this? Here, if you taken this entry or entry somewhere here or here, these two conditions are satisfied near to EMA and at the trend line. Then you see potential profit is huge, very big. Okay. Now I drew another trend line here in green color. Here, this is touching the trend line almost. Okay, even here, somewhere here also. Okay, but the problem is there is a problem here. It is far from EMA. So if you have taken a trend entry here, thinking this is a good signal bar, okay, because maybe this is near to this trend line, but it is unfortunately far from EMA. So it is likely to fail for some time. At least there could be a pullback. So if you are far from EMA, there is a possibility of pullback in the case of a hard trend. So if you are far from EMA, wait for a pullback. Next, hard bear trend. Here the same rules. If it's a hard trend, look how far it is from EMA and trend line. Then if it is near to EMA and at the trend line, take with the trend entry. In this case, this is a bear trend entry. Okay, if it is far from EMA, wait for a pullback. Okay, so now we see this is a bear trend, clear bear trend. And here you see this is a good signal bar. You have another good signal bar here, very good signal bar. Then you have a very good signal bar here, you are getting another good signal bar. You look at any of these points, these are near to EMA and touching the trend lines. Okay, near to EMA, very near to trend line. If you short at any of these points, you are likely to make a very big profit. You can draw another trend line also here from here to here and try to identify the points where it is touching, and as long as it is near to EMA. But here you see this point, it is very far from EMA, very far from EMA at this corner. Even if you draw a trend line here, it is touching trend line. There is no point because this far from EMA there will be a pullback. You see this green bars here, it will pull back. So if you are far from EMA, wait for a pullback. This is a rule for hard bear trend. This is a location rule for hard bear trend. Now, location in soft bull trend. Soft trend we said is difficult to trade. We know that. Okay. One thing which we will get confused is that soft trend always near to EMA. It is always near to EMA. It is several times it is most bars are touching EMA. Okay, and you may even get good signal bars, but still in that case you have a right setup but right location but a very bad context, so the trade will fail. So this is the issue of soft bull trend. So it is better to avoid soft bull trend, better not to trade. Then location soft bear trend, same problem. It's a soft trend, always near to EMA, and but it is still difficult to trade. So it is better to avoid soft bear trend. So just now we observed soft bull trends, soft bear trends are bad contexts to take a trade. Location in the case of a trading range. We know that trading range is a context for us, and we know in a trading range you can identify the top of the trading range and the bottom of the trading range. So at the top is the best place to take bearish trades. Here, if you take short opportunity, this is again here at the top short opportunity, another short opportunity. Okay, here there is a small, again this trading range top has reduced at here. You can draw another line at the top here and say this is another shorting opportunity. Okay, at the bottom, look for bullish trades in a trading range. So look at this is the bottom. Here, if you go long, you get this opportunity to trade until the top. Here, if you short, you get an opportunity to trade until the bottom. So at the bottom, you look for bullish trades. At the top, you look for bearish trades in the case of a trading range. This is the location. Location is either at the top or at the bottom of the trading range. Now, we discussed what is the right context. We discussed what is the right location. Right location in the case of hard trends is near to EMA and touching the trend line, possibly. In the case of soft trend, the trend itself is bad, so the context is bad. In the case of a trading range, There are good locations for a bull trade at the bottom of the trading range, and good locations at the top of the trading range for a bear trades. Now we said we discussed about the right context, we discussed about the right location for those respective contexts, and now we discuss about setup types. Now you have bullish setups, bearish setups, two types of setups. Some examples of bullish setups: you have a bullish reversal bar. Sometimes this is called an engulfing bar, or it is considered as a signal bar. Okay, it is a bullish reversal bar, it is called. Then you have bullish 2 bar reversal, you have bullish 3 bar reversal. Then you can have a double bottom, you can have inverted head and shoulders, you can have doji at the bottom of trading range. See, we are talking of a context trading range, and the bottom is the location, and doji is a signal setup, is a signal setup here. So we have all the three in this sentence. So a doji at the bottom of a trading range is a good bullish setup example, because in other places doji may not be a good setup. Okay, doji is a good setup only at the extreme of the trading range. So let us look at this. Some of these setups, bullish setups. We go back to that bullish trend. This is a bullish hard trend, and here we said we have to take a trade. This is we know the context is bullish hard trend. Okay, and then we know that the location is near to EMA and at the trend line. This is a single bar reversal. This is a single bar reversal. Good opportunity to go long. So this is a good setup. Here you see another single bar reversal. This is a very good single bar reversal. A good opportunity to go long. This is a very good setup. So here context is good, location is good, and then the setup is also good. So you have a single bar reversal. If you draw another trend line here, you'll see this is a good signal. Say another signal bar, another good setup. You can go long here, you make a lot of profit if you do this. So this is what we should be looking for. If you draw another trend line here to here, then you'll find that this is a good signal bar. Okay, so we had discussed some examples of setups, good setups in a hard bull trend. In a hard bear trend, we'll discuss the setups there. Then in a soft bull trend, we said we will not trade because the context is bad. And then again in a location, we said doji at the top is a good signal bar in a trading range for a bearish trend move, right? So you can short here because there is a doji. See here there are 3 dojis, fantastic opportunity to short. If you short this here, it goes till the bottom of the trading range. Here also if you short, it goes to the bottom of the trading range. Okay, again here this is a doji at the bottom of the trading range. It's a bullish signal. So if you go long here, it goes here, and if you go long here, it goes here. Here I see another. This is not a doji. This is a bullish reversal bar. Okay, and then it'll take you up here. So in the trading range, a doji is a very good. Here this is another one, a very good example. Doji as an extreme is a very good location and a good setup for a trading range. Now, bearish setup examples. You have bearish reversal bar, bearish 2 bar reversal, bearish 3 bar reversal, double top, head and shoulders, doji at top of the trading range. These are not the only setups. There are so many setups. I will cover in detail many setups in a later video, in another video. So let's look at this. Now let's look at a bear trend. Here you see great opportunity to short. Okay, the signal bar is good here. Okay, signal bar, context is good, hard bear trend, location is good, near to EMA and touching trend line. Here also near to EMA, touching trend line. If you shorted here, signal bars are good. This is a signal. This is a reversal bar. This is bearish reversal bar. This is another bearish reversal bar. Okay, these are good setups. So you have a good setup. good location, good context. That will give you a decent profit if you short at that point. So we discussed the three most important things: right context, right location, and the right setup. So for successful trades, what we observed in a hard bull trend, it the context is a hard bull trend. The location is should be near EMA and a trend line. Then you should look for bullish setups. Then you should go with the trend trades. You should go long. In a hard bear trend, that is a context. Near EMA and a trend line is a location. Then you should look for bearish setups. Then which means you should go short. Then in a trading range at the top, you find where you should find bearish setups. In a trading range, which is a context, at the bottom, which is a location, you should find bullish setups. So this is how you get successful trades. If you deviate in any of these things, yeah, the trade can have higher chances of failure. Say for example, if you only look for a setup like a hammer or a hanging man doji, and if you take that a reason to trade without looking at the context and location, then there is a chances of failure. So I will cover those setups in a separate detail video. Again, do not trade if the in a soft bull trend or a soft bear trend. That is something which we observed today. Again, I'll cover more videos on the following topics. In other videos, I'm covering these topics: best setups, drawing better trend lines, best way to trade a trend. So if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and look for these other videos. Thank you.